So this is another kind of mishmash team due to locking, I can only imagine. So we have a 113, an E100, a 215B, an IS7, a mouse, 4 E5s, 1 VK7201K, 2 121s, a 907, a JPE 100, and an E3. So, interesting lineup. We'll see how it goes. You don't see 121s very much. You don't see JPE 100s that much. You don't see 113s, I guess, that much, except for the last strat we just did against PLSGO and Steps. So, I mean, we got our TDs going down that middle line. Heavies are on the top part, and well, except for the E5s, they're going low with their mediums, or in the north. So, I actually I call this the low ball wraparound. I do it all the time in regular randoms, and I love it because if you can get there quick, if you can get to this position from this side, if you can go all the way here quick, or conversely on that side, you can just get shots down the lanes, and it's just fantastic. LBW. Alright, so we saw an E100. It's a good start. Still haven't seen a lot of their team, which is interesting. I mean, mediums are going down here for informational purposes to see where they're stacking up. And the lineup so far is really heavy. 57's down there. I mean, we're collapsing in pretty good in here. We still don't know where a lot of their tanks are, and our cap's pretty damn exposed. But like I said, their lineup so far leads me to believe they're fairly heavy. That's a good shot there by Nero. I mean, Raptorian, I mean, they could very well be down in that, you know, H9. They could have gone that way, or I don't know, but I mean, so far, yeah, I would. It seems like they've just basically camped in around their base, which doesn't work out the best. I mean, the weak spot I can see right now is obviously looking down this lane right here, towards those 57s. I mean, if you can get your mediums on the base, just kind of hitting them like Nerong was doing earlier, you could probably push that pretty aggressively. Just because these guys on the high road can't really do a lot much, and they're really occupied with the guys here. But shit, that's a heavy lineup. E100s, IS7s. Yeah, like these mediums can really wreck those 57s. And once they're out of the game, you're right behind them, right? I'm gonna kind of zoom out for a second, see what fights are looking like. Whoa. So, I mean, we have a low health IS7. I mean, we're starting to wrap on them a little bit. Our guys in the north here have started to position to a point where they can go on this flank. These guys will hold this flank. These mediums, once they get these IS7s, will have this flank. And that's kind of the trouble with staying in such a small grid like PLSGO is doing right now, is that you can just get surrounded and shot from so many different angles. But what they're doing instead is they're pushing in, so good on them, I guess. So I'm just going to zoom out to kind of give you a battlefield sort of view on it. Neurong, who's the player who's driving the tank, is shooting on these guys right now. They got a fairly big push coming into our guys over there, so these guys need to clear this I-7 ASAP and start helping in here, getting on the backsides, making it difficult for these guys. Maybe putting an E4 on fire or something like that.
Enemy armor is destroyed.
It looks like our guys in the mid were able to kind of contain whatever sort of push that was, so that was good. Our mouse and JPE were able to come around, though the JPE is fairly low. They get that I-7 down. And all these minions have to do is just keep working on the backside and just keep creating angles on these guys and turning turrets. Because our heavies can just, you know, they don't have to commit at all, but they can keep them, you know, centered on them, and then these guys can kind of just keep working around. Which is what they're doing. Side script off, that's good. 1-2-1 doing work. I don't even think he had the depression for lower plate on that. Oh, jeez. Well, that's pretty much it. Whoa. 50-1. Okay, so you know, this is some pretty extremes, to be honest. So to kind of recap the night, I have the battles there listed on the screen. I'll just blow them up and go over it. So Cochrane, Ontario, the first encounter was a win against PLSGO for us. Thunder Bay, Ontario encounter, win for us against PLSGO as well. Thunder Bay, Ontario, one chip cover from Otter. It was a tech victory for us. Minneapolis, Minnesota versus Russ. We lost that, so Russ was victorious there. The second match on Cochrane, Ontario, for the actual province, we lost to PLSGO, and that was a decisive one, 15-0 for PLSGO. And then Thunder Bay, Ontario versus PLSGO, you just saw it, 115-1. So, like I said, two contrasting battles. Both teams, you know, I guess having a good match on one and a bad match on the other. So that is all the replays that I have. I think that's all the battles for us tonight. We did take one territory in Thunder Bay, but aside from that, we didn't take any other territories, but we didn't lose any, I guess. So that's a recap on the night for us.